What's going on, everybody? So I'm on my way back from Los Angeles to New York, but I wanted to give you guys my overall thoughts on A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. It's the new Game of Thrones series. Peter Claffrey playing Sir Duncan, Duncan the Tall, and I have been waiting to talk about this series. Now, these are going to be, again, non-spoiler. You're not getting any spoilers from me on this one at all. But I've seen the first 5 episodes. I haven't watched the finale yet. I will be doing reactions to all of these. I already shot the reactions for episodes 1 through 5. Once it debuts, you'll be seeing it. So I didn't know really anything about this. At first, I thought it actually took place before House of the Dragon, but it takes place, I think, anywhere between 80 to 100 years after. So all the dragons are Kaputski. And I've said this, and I'll repeat it. Game of Thrones, I love. We're doing an actual. I'm rewatching the series now. My friend Sam is watching it for the first time, so we've been doing these reactions to that. Catch that on the channel as well. But I realize, as I'm watching it and how much I love that show, how it's layered. You can have a full episode where you don't see some of your favorite characters because there's so many characters they have to feature on, whether it's the Starks or Daenerys or Jon Snow, Cersei Lannister, Joffrey. The list goes on and on how many characters and who you were following that particular week. And then House of the Dragon came, and it was really more contained about just the Targaryens and the politics within the Targaryens and the fight for power for the Iron Throne and whatnot. So I liked that because it's like, okay, but it's still fairly large where you have a lot of characters, Sea Snake and back and forth, but it's all within one political thing. This story plays like a short story, and it is it's the story of Duncan the Tall and his quest. He's a knight, and he was one of these kind of poor knights, and he wants to join this fencing festival. And he's trying to just get somebody to basically say, hey, this guy that raised me, this guy that taught me how to be a knight, no longer with us, but what I want to do is I want to try to figure out how to be, I want to get someone to vouch for me so I can compete in this thing. And along the way, he meets a squire, Egg. And it's their relationship, but it's also really just about Duncan the Tall and his journey. And what I also really dig about this is that since, I think, Jon Snow and Ned Stark, there isn't somebody with that, that's just like a really good person. Duncan the Tall is a really good person, and I like following his journey. And Peter Claffrey, who plays him, is wonderful. Now, the tone is different at first. So I was nervous in the first episode because I said, okay, there's something in particular that happens right in the beginning, and I'm like, oh no, is this the kind of gags we're going to be doing? Is this not even going to feel like a Game of Thrones show? And they shut me up real quick. It's a quick worry. The worry goes away fast. The tone is a little lighter at times. They play with comedy, but not in a way that is off-putting, that doesn't feel like the show. And then as the show progresses, you get more and more invested. And that's what I really enjoyed about it. I started to really care. So, and by the time, and it eases you in to, oh, don't worry. Yeah, the tone feels different, but this is still Game of Thrones. And it shows you how rich the history is. It shows you how rich the lore is. It shows you the politics still of what is happening and how everyone is involved. And everyone is able to be politically involved no matter what stature you're in. And they handle this very well. And like I said, I like that they took this kind of smaller story and expanded through 6 episodes. Again, I've only seen 5, but one of the things I'm looking forward to the most when I get back is to finishing up episode 6. So if you're familiar with this, my buddy Matt Serra is familiar with the story, and he was telling me some of the things that happened in the story, and I was like, well, you're gonna be pretty happy because everything you just told me is dead on accurate. And from what I hear, George R. R. Martin says this is the most accurate out of all the things that they've done so far from his work. So I'm really enjoying this series. I like where they're going with it. I want to see how it ends. There are those gasps, there are those moments, oh my God, they did that. It's Game of Thrones. So are you looking forward to this? Are you curious? Do you not care? Put your thoughts in there. Let me know. Thanks again. Subscribe to the channel. Click like. Check out my Game of Thrones reactions. We're going to be putting out some more really, really soon with my friend Sam. And we'll see you on the flip side.